Amelia Miranda here, and today I have a massive Hamilton book haul to share with you guys. It's been a while since I've actually purchased this much from Hamilton Book, but y'all, they got in a lot of new great items, plus they had tons and tons of freaking like price cuts and everything that were just too damn good to pass up, you guys. So I have not one but two huge boxes from Hamilton Book. So I'm going to just kind of blow through them as quickly as possible, because like I said, there are several titles, and there's just so much, you guys. Only a few of them are actually upgrades, and then the rest are pretty much all like blind buys, just everything that looked kind of interesting to me and whatnot. So there is a few 4Ks, there's some Blu-rays, DVDs, some Steelbooks, all of that. They just had so much good stuff, you guys. So definitely don't sleep on Hamilton Book. Amazing site for you to get not just, you know, movies, but they do also like carry books and other things, CDs, stuff like that. But the movies that they have on there, you guys, they get in some pretty dang good deals. So definitely check them out. And you know, it's flat rate shipping no matter how much you buy, you guys. So yeah. So I definitely took advantage of the sales this time around, and I'm very excited to share with you guys everything that I got. Alrighty, so starting off with box number one right here. So this isn't going to be like in any particular order. I'm just going to pull things and share with you guys what they are. So we have Matthew McConaughey in this movie called Free State of Jones. Sounded right up my alley, so went ahead and scooped this one up. It is kind of, I think, like sort of war-based. Takes place during the Confederacy during the Civil War. So I had to go ahead and get that one. And then I've kind of been getting more into Saoirse Ronan's filmography and stuff like that. So this one caught my interest. It's called On Chesil Beach. So it sounded pretty good. It's some sort of like a drama, I believe. So can't go wrong with that. Welcome to the Jungle. So this one is actually an upgrade. I know this one, I actually got the DVD at Dollar Tree a while back. I did watch it, and it is definitely very dumb and cheesy for sure. But as you can see, Jean-Claude Van Damme is in here, so yeah, it's definitely a very different, interesting role for him, since we're so used to seeing him in like action and like martial arts films and stuff like that. So for him to go like comedy, kind of strange, but yeah, nonetheless, with all the stupidity in this film, I really enjoyed it, so I went ahead and upgraded. This is one I've been wanting to check out for a while, Rent-A-Pal. I've heard some pretty good things about it. I hear it's kind of creepy. So can't wait to check that one out. And then I did go ahead and get 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Next up, we have We Are Still Here. This one actually came out as a recommendation, actually recently too. And so I saw that they had it, went ahead and scooped it up. We got Billy Crystal in Memories of Me. This one actually does have a slipcover, but it is still sealed, obviously. This one, I actually, trying to remember who I saw that hauled this. I said that this, I believe, was like going out of print or something like that. But it's this film called Daughters of Satan. I really don't know anything about this, but yeah, I went ahead and got it per, you know, recommendation. So we'll check it out and see. Next up, we got Zombie Night with Anthony Michael Hall. So this film, I'd actually seen a copy of this once at Rite Aid, and I almost picked it up. I had went in to go like pick up a prescription, and it wasn't ready, and I just did not feel like going to the checkout line just to get the one movie, so I passed on it. And I kind of stayed in my mind like, darn it, I should have gotten it. And of course, when I went back, it was no longer there. So I saw that they had Zombie Night on Hamilton Book. And so yeah, it just looks like some cheesy fun zombies, you know, can't really go wrong with zombies. And then I did go ahead and pick up The Prowler. I recently watched this classic 80s slasher. So yeah, I went ahead and got this. I enjoyed it for what it is. I mean, it's not like the greatest slasher out there, but I had fun with it. There's some pretty good kills and whatnot. So yeah, definitely a fun little 80s slasher. All right, so next up we got some Chuck Norris. Now, I did have a few different like DVD sets of Chuck Norris. And so in a way, I sort of downgraded, but yet upgraded, if that makes sense. So there were just a bunch of films on these sets that I had that I just didn't care for because, you know, there's certain films of Chuck Norris that are like the, you know, top films of his that, you know, everybody should have. They're the most important. So that's kind of what I wanted to go with, because like I said, on the DVD sets that I had, there just was a lot that I didn't really care for. And there was some that were kind of even like, you know, multiples on like the same sets and stuff like that. And so I just went ahead and scooped up the Blu-ray versions of the best films, the ones that I actually like of his. So I did go ahead and get Missing in Action. It does have the first and second film, both important ones, both ones that I enjoyed. I mean, we watched a lot of Chuck Norris back in the day in my household. Walker, Texas Ranger, all of that. So, I mean, yeah. Then there's this 3-film collection that has The Delta Force, Lone Wolf, McQuaid, and Code of Silence. All 3 also very important films of his. So I'm pretty happy with just having those ones, since for me, honestly, those are the best of the best and stuff. So next up, we have Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. So obviously, you know, like the newer like Mr. Deeds and stuff like that with Adam Sandler is kind of based on this, which honestly I didn't even really know, but I saw this and I'm like, oh, they actually even have like the same names and everything. So I found that kind of interesting. But it does have Gary Cooper and Jean Arthur. Actually, you know what? I will say this, I believe, is my first Jean Arthur film in my collection. So, yeah. Next up, we have this film here called The Night. This one actually really caught my interest. The storyline sounded pretty good. Had some pretty good reviews. And this one, basically, it's like this couple with their baby. They're kind of stuck in a hotel or whatever. And so they're unaware there's like this, you know, like malevolent force and whatnot in there. And so you kind of get the picture. And then I did go ahead and upgrade to 4K Concussion. I actually have not seen this film. I did have it on DVD, but the 4K was like super cheap. I think it was like $7 or $8, so not a terrible deal at all. But I actually have heard it's pretty good. So I definitely need to see about watching it. It is based on a true story, and obviously concussion has to do with like football and the players, and you know, from when they get their, you know, head injuries and stuff like that. So I definitely need to get around to watching this, because I mean, I do love Will Smith, you guys. So alright, so I did get a couple of Steelbooks, you guys. So this one I've actually had my eye on for a while now, and it did actually drop down a few bucks in price. So I figured I would go ahead and scoop it up, and that is the Pumpkinhead Steelbook. I actually really like this. I have yet to see this film, but it's always one that I've been kind of curious about, but I definitely have had my eye on the Steelbook. I just think it's really cool looking. I love the whole color combo here and stuff like that. So there's the back of it, and then the inside isn't really anything too special. Let me check and see if there's any like artwork under the disc. No. It looks like that. There's no artwork or anything under the disc, but there's the disc art, and then there is this little quote in here. It says, "Nothing can call it off, but I'm gonna send it back to whatever the hell it come from." So yeah, very excited to have this Steelbook now in the collection, and you know, I definitely will watch this soon. Alright, so next up is another Steelbook that I had to jump on this one because it's Arrow, and also it's a film that I've actually never seen, you guys. And so I figured if I'm going to add it to the collection, why not get this awesome looking Steelbook? And I know it's a movie that gets a lot of love, you guys, but I've just never seen it. I don't know. But anywho, so there's a little like J card that comes on. Like I said, it is from Arrow. Looks like that. But it is the Steelbook of the movie 12 Monkeys. And it is super cool looking, you guys. I really like it. There is the back of it. And then you open it up inside, and it has like its little like booklets and stuff like that here. Like little information stuff. There's like all like the cast and everything is listed in here in this little booklet, and there's just like other like information and stuff like that. So the disc art itself actually looks like that, and then the full artwork inside looks like that. So I cannot wait to check this movie out, you guys, because everybody talks about this film, and I've never seen it. So we'll be curious to see what the hype is about 12 Monkeys. All right, so moving on to box number 2. So first up, we have this film with Kate Winslet, Wonder Wheel. I actually really enjoyed this one, you guys. So this is an upgrade from DVD, and I don't know, it's just kind of a simple role. I mean, it wasn't really anything special, but I enjoyed it for what it is. Basically, she's married to Jim Belushi's character in this. She's unhappy. She's cheating on him with Justin Timberlake's character, and you know, she has this like son who's like way into like making fires and always getting into trouble and stuff. And so it's just kind of this, you know, life that she's kind of like unhappy with and stuff. Now, Justin Timberlake's character isn't like super huge in this film, but I do enjoy his chemistry with Kate Winslet in this. So next up is this film here called Dark Blood. It stars John Leguizamo. It does take place in like prison. He's in prison for a like revenge crime against somebody who killed his child and stuff. And it just kind of goes through like all of everything, the abuse, humiliation, all that stuff that he goes through, and how he slowly is, you know, like his family's forgetting about him and stuff like that. And then I guess like somehow he befriends like the prison dog or something like that. So it just kind of sounded interesting. I'm a huge like John Leguizamo fan, so I thought I would go ahead and check this one out. Then we have this film here called The Breadwinner. I mean, it's animated. This is one I was wanting to find at Dollar Tree, and I never did. And it's made its way around a couple times, so I figured, you know, since I haven't been able to find it, I would go ahead and pick it up. The Breadwinner. This one is one that I've been very curious about, and it just sounds kind of like a wild movie here. And it's called Mikey. And well, Mikey, he is technically supposed to be this bad boy, but people think that he's really not. He's just misunderstood. But all these deadly accidents happen around him and whatnot. So it definitely just sounds like a very wild watch. Then I did go ahead and get Jet Li's epic, The Legend. So the 4K of Parasite, I had to go ahead and snag that. It was such a great price. Excellent film, you guys. It is just so crazy how this film plays out, and just the way everything works, this like the whole family like working into this other, you know, family's home and everything. It's just so crazy. It was so good. Ingrid Goes West is an upgrade. This one I highly recommend if you have not seen it. It's actually pretty wild, man. It just goes to show the like whole power of like social media and stuff like that. And it's just a wild watch, man. And Aubrey Plaza, she is excellent in this. So definitely give it a watch if you have not. And I did go ahead and pick up All American Murder. This is one too that I've been wanting to check out for some time. And then this one too, I wanted to see this one because of Rami Malek, and that is Papillon. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. But yeah, this is one that's been on my radar for a while, and I saw that they had it in for super cheap. I forget, this was like $5, maybe $6. And I know it goes like for way more expensive like on Amazon and stuff. So happy to have that one. And then this is a Daniel Radcliffe film that I'd actually never heard of. But that is why I got it, because Daniel Radcliffe, like outside of Harry Potter, he really knows how to pick his roles. And I have enjoyed everything that I have seen him in outside of Harry Potter. So I'm kind of expecting good things from this one. That is Escape from Pretoria. So look at him there, man. But obviously you can tell it's, you know, prison based. Okay, so I was reading the back of this one again, and it is a true story. It's the true story of Tim Jenkin and Stephen Lee. They were South African branded terrorists imprisoned in 1978 for working cover operations for Nelson Mandela's band ANC. And so they were incarcerated in the Pretoria prison. And so, yeah, they decided to escape. So sounds pretty crazy, you guys. Should be very good. Next up is The Woman. This is actually one that came recommended to me a long time ago. And I finally decided to go ahead and get it. It is an Arrow release, you guys. But yeah, normally it goes for pretty expensive, and I think I don't quite remember the price. It might have been like 15, but I know it goes for like more than like 25, like close to 30 bucks still. So I went ahead and jumped on this one because like I said, it did come recommended. So looking forward to checking that one out. And I've been super curious about Benny Loves You. I'm sure there's going to be some cheesy fun, but yeah, it actually dropped down to like half price. So I was excited about that. Went ahead and snagged it. And then this one, Mario Van Peebles in Rappin'. I don't know, this just seemed like my cup of tea, so I went ahead and got it. And then I did go ahead and pick up The Lodge. And then this one here is The Kid from Cleveland. And then the last Blu-ray is Mary and the Witch's Flower, another little animated flick here I thought I'd go ahead and check out. All right, the remaining few films that I have here are on DVD. I looked, and well, actually one of them is a set, but the other three, like individual titles, I did not see them having like a Blu-ray release, so that's why I got them. So first up, we have Little Woods. Stars Tessa Thompson. I really enjoy her, you guys. Really hoping to see more from her down the road. But yeah, this just sounded like a really good film. And basically, she lives in like this little town. She's trying to leave her like illegal ways like that she was doing and stuff. And so she's about ready to like leave. But she comes to find that she has this estranged sister. Her mother just died and everything. And so the sister, she's, I guess, you know, has this unplanned pregnancy. You know, the dad's a deadbeat and whatnot. So, and basically it's about them kind of coming together and I guess finding a way to settle, you know, ends there at their mom's house and stuff like that. So it sounded very good. So definitely will be checking that one out. And next up, we have this movie here called Loose. I think that's how you want to pronounce it. The cast here is excellent, you guys, and basically this kid, he's this like high school star athlete, like good grades, all of that and whatnot, and he's actually adopted by these two, by Tim Roth and oh my goodness, why Naomi Watts, and then Octavia Spencer is the teacher and stuff. But so they think he's like the star child, but he's kind of like hiding a secret or whatever. His teacher comes to find out and stuff like that. So you know, it's making it think like he's not the, you know, person that they thought he was and stuff like that. I think this has to do kind of with like, you know, stereotypical stuff and whatnot, and like racial stuff and stuff. And so yeah, that is I don't know, it just sounded really good, so I want to go ahead and check it out. So next up is this film here called Better Than Chocolate, and it is sort of like a same-sex love story. So I don't know, thought I would go ahead and you know, see what this one's all about. And last but not least, like I said, I did get this one set here. It's the Con Men 4 action movies. And I do actually have the rundown, but I really wanted it for Catch a Fire. So I enjoyed Derek Luke, and it was one that just really caught my interest. And so I actually did not have this one in the collection. If I would have bought it separately, I would have paid like the same price that I paid for like all 4 of these movies. So I did not have that one in the collection. Thick as Thieves, I do not have in the collection, so that's new. So I do have the rundown. I think I have that one on Blu-ray, I'm not sure. And then Body Count, I wasn't aware, but I actually do have this one on like a double feature like Blu-ray set with another film. But still, I think this is a win-win for the price that I paid, since I didn't at least have that one or that one. So anywho, yeah, I'm just happy to at least have, you know, Catch a Fire, and then I'll definitely check out Thick as Thieves. So that is everything for my huge Hamilton book haul, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you guys were able to scoop up some amazing titles as well. Because like I said, every month they get in a new drop of titles, and every week they have like price cuts. But for some reason this time around, they just had a lot of price cuts going on. So there are ones that I definitely had to take advantage of. So that is it for today, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Join the family if you have not, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.